ओम सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ओम शांति शांति शांति। हरि ओम। We are studying Bhagavad Pada Shankaracharya's commentary on the Brahma Sutras. We studied the first two sutras, Athato Brahma Jignasa and Janmadi Asya Yatah. Now we go on to the third sutra, that is Shastra Yonitvat. In his introduction, small introduction to the third sutra, Bhagavad Pada Shankaracharya says, Jagat Karanatva Pradarsanena Sarvajnam Brahma iti Upakshiptam. So, through the explanation or exposition of the fact that Jagat Karanatva, that it is the cause of this universe. Jagat Karanatva, the state of being the cause of this universe. So by Pradarshanena, by explaining that, Sarvagyam Brahma iti Upakshiptam. Upakshiptam, it has been indicated that Sarvagyam Brahma, the omniscient Brahman has been indicated. So by saying that it is the cause of the world, the omniscient Brahman is here being indicated. Tadeva Dradayan Aha. That same thing, that itself is being now strengthened. Dradayan, for strengthening that very point, Aha, the Sutrakara or Bhagavan Vyasa, he is saying. So earlier itself, he has said, what has he said? Janmadi Asya Yatah. From that, from which this universe, the birth, the sustenance, and the destruction of this universe takes place. Thereby, Bhagavan Vyasa has very clearly, Upakshiktam, has indicated that Brahman is the cause of this universe. He has clearly indicated that Brahman is the cause of the universe. Now that is being further elaborated, further explained. That's being further explained. What is he saying? He is saying Shastra Yonitvat. So that is what he is saying here. Shastra Yonitvat. Shastra Yonitvat, because Yonitvat, because of it being the source of what? Shastra. Shastra means scripture. So there is a double meaning in this word. It has got two meanings. Shastra Yonitvat means because of it being the source of the scripture. It means Brahman. Because of it being the source of the scripture means Vedas. So from Brahman all the Vedas have come. That is the idea. And the opposite also is meant here. Because of the scripture, that is the Vedas, being the means for the knowledge of Brahman. What do you mean the means of the knowledge of Brahman? Can Vedas lead to the knowledge of Brahman? No, they cannot. But Vedas are the only source which tell us that there is Brahman and that one should attain that knowledge. So in that manner, Vedas are the means of the knowledge of Brahman, because they are the only source which tell us about the existence of Brahman and that we have to attain the knowledge of Brahman. So here, the source of the Vedas is Brahman, and the means of the knowledge of Brahman is the Vedas. So both ways it works. Shastra Yonitvat. So the idea is because Shastra being the source, or because Brahman being the source of Shastras. Both ways. So what is the Yoni here in this sentence? So Yoni means source. That is the source of or origin. So source or origin. So source of Brahman, it can be, or it can be the source of the Vedas. What is the source of Vedas? Brahman is the source of the Vedas. What is the source of the, or not source, what is the means of the knowledge of Brahman? That is the Vedas. So Brahman is the source of the Vedas, and in the other meaning it is not quite source, but it is means of the knowledge of Brahman. Means of the knowledge of Brahman are the Vedas. This is being now explained by Shankaracharya. He says, Mahataha Rigvedadehe Shastrasya Aneka Vidyasthana Upabrimhitasya Pradipavat Sarva Arthavad Dyotinah Sarva Arthavad Dyotinah Sarvagnya Kalpasya Yonihi Karanam Brahma. Mahataha Rigvedadehe. Mahataha of the great, for example, Rigvedadehe, like beginning with Rigveda. So Rigveda, etc. That means Shastrasya, of the scripture or of the Vedas. So of great scripture like Rigveda, etc. Aneka Vidyasthana Upabrimhitasya. It has been Upabrimhita. It has been supplemented. The explanation has been supplemented. It has been given supported by Aneka Vidyasthana. Sthana here means section or branches of Vidya. Aneka, many. So many branches of Vidya, that is knowledge, support this. Support this. What do they support? They support the scriptures, great scriptures like the Rig Veda and so on. And what does these scriptures do? Great scriptures do, supported by many or innumerable branches of knowledge. Pradipavat, like a lamp. Pradipa, like a vat means like. Pradipa, a lamp. What do they do? Sarvarthavadyotinah. They are dyotinah. They are illumining. Sarvartha, all the things. All things. They illumine everything. Sarvagnya kalpasya yonihi. Also, it is something which can be considered Sarvagnya, omniscient. That is the Yonihi. That is the source. That is the Karanam. That is the cause. And it is Brahma, Brahman. So what is the meaning? Brahman is the Yoni, or the source or cause of the great scriptures like the Rig Veda, etc., which are supported by innumerable branches of knowledge, and which is like a lamp which illumines everything, and it is omniscient. It is omniscient. So illumines everything. If you go into a room, and then if you want to see where things are there, the first thing you need to do is switch on your mobile phone torch, or switch on the light in the room, whatever, whichever comes handy. So you do that, and all things in the room are illumined. So that is the central light, lamp. Similarly, Brahman, which is omniscient, is the source or the cause of all the scriptures, great scriptures like Rig Veda, etc. Rig Veda, etc. means Rig Veda, Yajurveda, Samaveda, Atharva Veda. And it is supported by numerous branches of knowledge. That is the idea. It is supported by numerous. So the idea is, it is not that it is told only in the Upanishads or in the Vedas, but that the Brahman is the source of scriptures is said in many other texts which support the Vedas, which are not themselves Vedas, but they support the Veda. Now here further explanation is given. Nahi idrishasya shastrasya Rigvedadi lakshanasya sarvagnya gunanvitasya sarvagyat anyatah sambhava asti. Nahi, indeed, he indeed, idrishasya, of such shastrasya, scripture, Rigvedadi lakshanasya, which is like having the qualities of Rigveda, etc. So this kind of scripture, which has the qualities of Rigveda, etc., Sarvagnya Gunanvitasya, which is Anvita, endowed with the quality, guna, of Sarvagnya, omniscience. Endowed with the quality of omniscience. Sarvagyat anyatah na sambhava asti. So that now from the beginning you have to take and put it here. So Sarvagyat anyatah na sambhava asti, or sambhava na asti. See, such kind of a scripture which includes scriptures like Rig Veda, etc. And that scripture like Rig Veda, etc., which has the quality of being omniscient. The scripture, Veda itself is omniscient. Veda itself is omniscient. And so that which is the origin of this Veda, that which is the source of this Veda, Sarvagyat anyatah na sambhava asti. It is not possible. Sambhava, possible. Na sambhavaha, not possible. Asti, it is not possible that a particular scripture of this nature, which includes the qualities of Rig Veda, etc. That means Rig Veda, Yajur Veda, Atharva Veda, Sama Veda, Atharva Veda, all the 4 Vedas, and also all the supporting texts, because these Vedas are endowed with the quality of omniscience. They are Sarvagya. If they are Sarvagya, how can their source be not something which is Sarvagya? How can the source be something which is not Sarvagya? How can something which is not Sarvagya give rise to something that is Sarvagya? It's not possible. Something that is not omniscient cannot give rise to something that is omniscient. So Vedas are omniscient. If Vedas are omniscient, then the source of Vedas definitely are omniscient. Source of Vedas are definitely omniscient. Now, what is the one omniscient thing that we know? That is the ultimate reality, Brahman. That is the one thing that is omniscient. So, source of the Vedas is Brahman. That is the idea. यद्यद् विस्तरार्थम शास्त्रम यस्मात् पुरुष विशेषात् संभवति यथा व्याकरणादि पाणिन्यादेः ज्ञेयैक देशार्थमपि स ततोपि अधिकतर विज्ञान इति प्रसिद्धं लोके. Why Shankaracharya says, why am I saying this? Because you see, yadyat, whatever, vistarartham shastram, whatever vistara artham shastram. Artham, here we have to take the meaning, aim or theme. Vistara means extensive or elaborate. So whenever we see an exhaustive or extensive or elaborate theme in a shastra, shastra means in a text, in a treatise, whenever we see that, and yasmat purusha visheshat sambhavati, whatever special person, means whatever particular person gives rise to such a text or creates such a text, authors such a text. Suppose a person is writing a text on, say, lotus. So is writing a whole big book research on lotus. So whatever that person is writing on lotus, such an exhaustive, extensive research on lotus, definitely that person should know something more than what that person is writing. That is the idea. Only then that person will be a researcher. So of course we have to understand that modern researchers are not meant here. True researchers are meant. Because if you copy from one place, that is plagiarism. If you copy from several places, it is research. We know that. So that is not meant here. Here true research is meant. So anybody who writes extensively on a subject, from whatever person, yasmat purusha visheshat sambhavati, whatever person that is becomes possible, whatever specific person, because only a specific person can write it, only one individual can write it. So there are usually a team of authors, etc. But eventually the nitty-gritties, the work is done by some people. So that person who has that knowledge, who writes, yatha, for example, vyakaranadi paninyadehe. For example, in the case of vyakarana and so on, paninyadehe, panini and so on. So vyakarana, panini is there. For Natya Shastra, who is there? Who is there? Natya Shastra?
Bharata Muni.
Bharata Muni is there. Okay. So like that, there are so many people for different fields. For Ayurveda, there is Charaka, Sushruta. Like that, there are different people who have written. So if you take Nyaya Sutras, Gautama has written Nyaya Sutras. Many people have written treatises on this and that topic. So that is why that Adi here means that Vyakarana, Natya Shastra, Ayurveda, all those things will come. Adi, Paninyadehe, Panini Adehe, Panini, and then Bharata Muni, then Charaka, Sushruta, like that, all those people will come. Nyeya Eka Deshartham api. So though the content is only Ekadesha Artham, Ekadesha, it is only a part of what they Nyeya, they know. So what is to be known? So though the particular content which is written in such a treatise is Nyeya, Nyeya means what is to be known, Ekadeshartham api. Only, even though it is only a part of what is to be known, means there is so much to be known in every field, apart from what is written in a particular treatise. Even then, the person, the Purusha Visheshaha, the particular person who writes such a treatise, Saha, that person, Tatopi Adhikatara Vijnana iti Prasiddham Loke. That person knows more than what is written in the treatise. Iti Prasiddham Loke. That is famous or well known by everybody. Kimu Vaktavyam. What is to be said? Or it is needless to say. Kimu Vaktavyam means what is to be said, or should I tell? It's a expression, it's a way of telling, figure of speech. Kimu Vaktavyam. Is it necessary to say like that? That means it is not necessary to say, it is needless to say. Aneka Shakha Veda Binnasya Deva Tiryang Manushya Varna Ashramadi Pravibhaga Hetoho Rigvedadi Akhyasya Sarva Jnana Karasya Ayatnenaiva Leela Nyayena Purusha Nishwasavat Yasmat Mahato Bhutat Yonehe Sambhavah Asya Mahato Bhutasya Nishwasitam Etat Yad Rigvedaha Brihadani Upanishad Ityadi Shrutehe Tasya Mahato Bhutasya Niratishayam Sarvajnatvam Sarvashaktimatvam Cha iti. So, when it is the case of an empirical science like Vyakarana, etc., empirical sciences like Vyakarana, where Panini, people like Panini, though they are dealing with only a part of a particular thing, even then they have more knowledge than what they are telling. It is commonly known, it is well known. So, needless to say, Aneka Shakha Veda Binnasya, that which is differentiated or which has got different branches, which is differentiated or it has got different branches, Deva, and that which is Pravibhaga Hetoho. It is the Hetu or the cause of Pravibhaga. Different kinds of classifications like Deva, gods, Tiryang. Deva, Tiryang, gods, Tiryang means animals, Manushya, men means human beings, and then Manushya, Varna means jati or caste, and then Shrama, Ashrama. Ashrama means stage of life like Brahmacharya Ashrama, Grihastha Ashrama, Vanaprastha, and Sannyasa. So, Pravibhaga Hetoho, that all these Vibhaga or distinctions are caused by this. And what is that? Rigvedadi Akhyasya, that which is called Rig Veda, etc. That means the Vedas are being talked of here. So, Vedas which have various branches, numerous branches, Vedas which are the cause of different distinctions or divisions like Deva, gods, animals, human beings, and different castes, different ashramas or different stages in life, stations in life. Because all these are mentioned in the Vedas. Sarva Jnana Akarasya, which is the Akara or the repository of all knowledge. Ayatnenaiva, of such a thing of the Vedas. Ayatnenaiva, that means effortlessly. Ayatna means literally speaking with no effort. That means effortlessly. Effortlessly, Leela Nyayena, as though it were a Leela. Leela means it were a sport, divine play. Leela Nyayena, Purusha Nishwasavat, just like a person breathes. Nishwasa, the breath of a person. Purusha means a person. So the breath of a person. Yasmat, from which Mahato Bhutat Yone Sambhavah, from which Mahata Bhutat, from which great being Yone Sambhavah, from the source Sambhavaha, the origin or the origination. Asya Mahato. So now here Brihadaranyaka Upanishad is quoted. Asya Mahato Bhutasya Nishvasitam etad yad Rigvedaha. So of this Mahato Bhutasya, great being. Bhuta means here being. Nishvasitam etad. It is the breath. Nishvasitam, the breath which has been breathed out. So etat, this yad, yat, which is Rigveda, Rigvedaha, the Rigveda. Ityadi Shrutehe. Like this, there are statements from the Shruti or the Vedas. Tasya, of that Mahato Bhutasya, of that great being. Niratishayam, great Sarvagyatvam. Niratishayam means unparalleled, without comparison, which cannot be compared. Unparalleled, unexcelled, without comparison, incomparable. What? Niratishayam, Sarvagyatvam, omniscience, and Sarva Shaktimatvam, omnipotence. Cha iti. So what is being told here? You see, we all know, just like empirical sciences like the Vyakarana or grammar and so on have been written by people like Panini and so on, and though they are talking about only one part of that particular discipline, even then we can safely assume, and we do know, that they know more than what they have written or what they are talking in that treatise. So this is a common knowledge. And so need it be said, or it is needless to say, that Vedas, which are of so many branches, which are the cause of distinctions, because it is the Vedas, they talk about such distinctions and they make that distinctions, like God, human beings, and Varna, animals. Varna means caste, and ashrama. So those, and which are called as Rigveda and so on, and which are the repository of all knowledge, and a person or somebody who can ayatnainaiva, indeed effortlessly, just like as it were a play, they can also almost like they are breathing, like their breath. That means effortlessly, just like breath. Some people will say, oh, this I know. Even you call me in my sleep, I will tell you. This is a way of expression. And only in India, I think. I don't know elsewhere. So if you wake me up in the middle of the night and ask me, I will tell you. So it's such a normal thing. So nishvasitam etat. It is just like it's a nishvasavat. It is like a breath. Yasmad mahato bhutati yonehe sambhavaha. So from which great being this Vedas are originated. And so their quotation is there, that great being has breath, it is the breath of that great being, and that great being, and that is Rigveda, etc. So that great being, just like an author knows more than what the author she or he is writing, similarly, it is needless to say that such a complicated text like the Vedas, such an important text like the Vedas, the great author from whom it has come, great source from whom it has come, definitely has incomparable omniscience. So omniscience itself is knowing everything. How can you compare? So it's just a manner of speaking. Omniscience means you know everything. Then you cannot compare with anybody. So you know everything means how can you compare? So the idea is, because there is a comparison between Veda and the Brahman, and so that is why there is told that Brahman is more omniscient than Veda, if such an usage is possible. So that's why Niratishayam Sarvagyatva. How can omniscience be unparalleled? Because omniscience itself is unparalleled. So if you are omniscient, you know everything means, oh, I know more, I am more Sarvagya than that person means what? It doesn't make any sense. So that is what. So for the sake of giving an idea that Brahman is more true, or it is truer than the Vedas. That is the idea. It is more real than the Vedas. Also, I need to, though most of you know, I need to here add that Brahman is the source of Vedas. Vedas are not any particular book. It's a mass of knowledge. Okay, so whatever books now we print and read as Vedas, they may be a part of it. So then immediately some people will ask, oh Swamiji, so all the Vedas have they got destroyed, only we get a part of it. That's not the idea. The idea is Vedas mean eternal truths. So they are something which are constantly expanding. As a representative text, we have 4 Vedas. That is what Vyasa did. He divided, classified Vedas into 4. So it's only a representative text. Where are the other Vedas? That rishis they realize. So if I can call, if somebody says, oh, I am also a rishi, I have realized. So the only point is there is a small condition there. And that condition is that if you realize, then it should tally with the other Vedas. That is why probably we have been given this representative text. It's just like a reference book. If somebody says, oh, I have realized Brahman, then you just see that, oh, do these qualities come out, or are these qualities present in that person? Then you know, yes, this person is telling the truth or that person is bluffing. So if a person, can they become rishi? Of course. Swamiji says, I want all of you to be, each one of you to be a rishi, become rishis. So you realize the eternal truths. It is possible, but then it has to match with what is written in the Vedas. Now, so they are not texts. And also there is a very peculiar statement made here. Pravibhaga hetoho, cause of all kinds of distinctions. So people will say, oh, we knew this already. All the Sanatana Dharma Vedas have caused all social stratification, and it is because of Vedas that we are all now having this problem of caste and all that. No, that is not the meaning. The meaning is that who can attain the path or the status of gods, who will become animals, who or what is the state of being a human being, and what are the different castes. Caste means, castes are not, as told in the Gita, they are not based on janma, birth. They are based on the qualities and the actions of a person. So that is a division of labor basically. And ashrama, different stages in life. All these things are explained in the Vedas. So it is not some kind of distinction it is made, but different responsibility fixation, we can say like that. Role assigning different roles to different people at different stages in their life. That is what has been told in the Vedas. So to have such a substantial and such a very fundamental knowledge, which is very, very basic or elemental to society, to have such a knowledge, definitely the source from which that knowledge is coming has to be more elemental, more fundamental. That means it has to be more based, it has to be the most fundamental thing, and that is why it is Brahman. Because what is the cause of this universe, both the material and the instrumental cause? It is Brahman. So that is why it is Brahman, and that Brahman is incomparable omniscience and omnipotence that Brahman has. That means Vedas are there in the realm of ignorance. Brahman is in the realm of Brahman. There is no realm. Brahman is at the level of Brahman. So these Vedas, they are therefore less eternal than the source of Vedas, that is Brahman. This is the idea. Now here ends our this first 4 sutras, as I have already told you. Each of those 4 sutras are an adhikarana by themselves. So first 4 sutras. So now we have seen 3 sutras, that is Athato Brahma Jigyasa, and then Janmadyasya Yataha, and then now Shastra Yonitvat. So we have now seen 3 adhikaranas of the first chapter. Now That is the first explanation we just now saw of the third sutra, that is Shastra Yonitvat, how Brahman is the source of the Shastras, that is the scriptures or the Vedas. Now we will see the other part of the sutra, that is how the Vedas are the source of the means of knowledge of Brahman. How Vedas are the source of the means of knowledge of Brahman. Now, so when Shankaracharya is giving us the commentary also, he is giving like this. So first is this meaning or this meaning, like that. So he is saying that can be the meaning or this can be the meaning. But we should understand it as and. It has both the meanings. So now here it is told Athava, or else you can say like this also. Yatha Uktam, as described earlier, Rigvedadi Shastram, the scriptures or the texts or scriptures starting from Adi, Rigveda, beginning with Rigveda, etc. That means scriptures like Rigveda, etc. Yonihi Karanam Pramanam. Yoni. Yoni means source. Karanam means cause. So they are Pramanam, means of knowledge. Asya Brahmanaha, of the Brahman, of this Brahman. Yathavat Swarupa Adhigame. Yathavat, to properly. Swarupa Adhigame, to understand or realize or comprehend the nature. Swarupa. Swarupa means nature. Adhigama means to understand or comprehend. So what is told here? That is, or else you can also take this meaning, Yatha Uktam, as it has been described above, Rigveda Adi Shastram. All the scriptures like Rigveda, etc., are the source or the cause of the means of knowledge to understand, properly understand, or Yathavat means as it is, to understand as it is, or comprehend as it is, Brahman. So for the sake of understanding Brahman as it is, means Brahman properly, without any mistake, without wrongly understanding it, what is the yoni or source or karanam or cause? That is Rig Veda, etc. That is what is told here. Why? Shastra Deva Pramanat Jagatah Janmadi Karanam Brahma Adhigamyate iti Abhiprayah. Because Shastra Deva Pramanat, because it is only by the means of knowledge through scripture alone or Shastra alone, that is Vedas alone, that Janmadi Karanam Brahma, that Brahman is understood, Adhigamyate is known as the cause of Janma Adi, the cause of birth, etc. Of what? Of this universe. So it is only through the Vedas, Shastrat eva Pramanat, through means of knowledge. When that is, it is only through the Vedas as a means of knowledge. That is the means of knowledge here. So that will be the sixth means of knowledge. That is Shabda Pramana. So only through the Vedas as a means of knowledge, Brahman is known to be the cause of the birth, sustenance, and destruction of this world or this universe. And so, iti abhiprayah. This is what is meant here. This is what is meant in the sutra. Shastram udahritam purva sutre yato va imani bhutani jayante ityadi. Shastram udahritam purva sutre. In the commentary on the previous sutra, we have already Janmadi asya yatah, Janmadyasya yatah. In that sutra, we have already Udahritam Shastram. We have cited the particular text or the particular portion of the Vedas, that is Yatova imani bhutani jayante, from which all these living beings are born, ityadi, and so on. So that means it has been already proven that all that is the Vedas are the only means of knowledge from which you get the idea that Brahman is the cause of the birth, sustenance, and destruction of this world, if this universe. So for some time we did not have this opponent's objection, and suddenly this opponent has arrived. And the opponent is asking this question. It's an objection. Opponent is saying that this particular sutra, what is it new? Already we have seen this thing in the previous sutra. Why do you want to increase the discussion? Huh? What is the new thing in this sutra? Kimartam tarhi idam sutram. Idam sutram, this sutra. Kimartham, for what purpose? Tarhi, then. So you yourself are quoting also same Upanishad you are quoting. Okay. We are all sitting now 10, 12 and you are discussing same Upanishad, same quotation, same logic you are giving. What is this? Why again this is the objection? Actually, this objection can be any of yours objection because you did not. So because you did not, so Shankaracharya is very gracious and he is objecting, Your Honor, from your side. Yavata Purva Sutrenaiva Evam Jatiyakam Shastram Udaharata Shastra Yonitvam Brahmano Darshitam. Yavata, because in as much as Purva Sutrenaiva through the previous sutra itself, Evam Jatiyakam of this nature, Shastram Udaharata, the Shastra or the scripture has been Udaharata cited, which is citing Shastra Yonitvam, that is scripture being the source or the text, Vedas being the source of knowledge of Brahmanaha Darshitam. It has been already shown. So again and again, same thing you are telling, beating around the bush. So that is already shown. What is the purpose of this? That too, you are saying this Chatusutri, you have to read and study. It is very important. All this you are telling. And of that one sutra is unnecessary. We are now understanding what is the necessity, like that is being asked. So for that, Uchyate, it is being explained or it is replied. Tatra Sutra Aksharena Spashtam Shastrasya Anupadanat Janmadi Sutrena Kevalam Anumanam Upanyastam iti Ashanketa Tam Ashankam Nivartayitum Idam Sutram Pravavrute Shastra Yonitvat iti. Uchyate, it is being replied. It is being told. Tatra, there, that means in the previous sutra, Sutra Aksharena, by the very text or the letters of the sutra, that means Akshara means literally it is letters, but here what it means is the text of the sutra, Spashtam Shastrasya Anupadanat. Shastrasya Anupadanat, because the word Shastra has not come there. What has come? Janmadi Asya Yataha, from which this universe is born, etc. So their Shastra word has not come. Spashtam, explicitly, Shastrasya Anupadanat, not being stated, because of not being stated. Anupadanat, because of not being stated. Shastrasya, of the Shastra. Explicitly, it has not been mentioned. Kevalam, only, alone, Anumanam Upanyastam. Only it has been inferred. You infer like that. Yato va imani bhutani, like that. That particular Taittiriya Upanishad text is being talked here, etc. You infer. So there no mention of Shastra is given there. Shastra. Unlike in this sutra, Shastra Yonitvat. So that is why there only inference has been presented. Iti, thus Ashanketa. One may doubt. So you see, you Purva Paksha people, we cannot believe, because your opponents, you may say, hey, where it is told Shastra, you are only imposing. First you talked about Adhyasa Bhashya, now you are only superimposing Shastra onto this second sutra. There is no Shastra there. Like that you might say, and so there may be an objection. And so that is why Janmadi Sutrena, that means in that sutra, Janmadi, that means in the previous sutra, Kevalam Anumanam Upanyastam, only inference has been presented. Iti, thus Ashanketa, if you doubt or if you object, Tam Ashankam Nivartiyitum, so that you don't doubt or object like that, for the sake of Nivartayitum, avoiding that objection, Idam Sutram Pravavrite. Pravavrite. So this sutra is being now told. Shastra Yonitvat iti. And that is the sutra is Shastra Yonitvat. Because you may say explicitly in the previous sutra it has not been told. How you can say that it is Shastra which is mentioned here? That is why we are saying Shastra. You see, we don't want to waste your time also. Somehow there was some spelling mistake, proof correction we did in the previous sutra, that Shastra we did not write. So you may object, oh, how are you telling it is Shastra, etc. So that is why here we have now made it very clear, Shastra Yonitvat. And what Shankaracharya says here makes sense, because as we will later on study the sutras, also if you have studied some other sutras, even like Narada Bhakti Sutra, one sees that succeeding sutras are many a times the explanation of the preceding sutras. So a sutra is given and the succeeding sutras explain that. Even in the Patanjali Yoga Sutras, it's a common thing. So that's an explanation. Nonetheless, it's a very important sutra, because here it is explicitly said that it is only the Shastras, only the Vedas, which give us an inkling of Brahman being the source or cause of the birth, death, and birth, sustenance, and death or destruction of this universe. So here the third sutra also ends. The third sutra has been finished. Now we will go to the fourth sutra. We will see, and fourth sutra will have, I think, a more elaborate discussion will be there in the fourth sutra. And fourth sutra is called Tattu Samanvayat. So as in the previous three sutras, that also is a different adhikarana. So it's called Samanvaya Adhikarana. The first sutra is Jignyasa Adhikarana. Then the second sutra is Janmadhyasya Adhikarana. Third sutra is Shastra Yonitva Adhikarana. And the fourth sutra will be Samanvaya Adhikarana. So we will see the fourth sutra afterwards. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sat Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu. Are there any questions? Complete silence. Oh.
Yes, Maharaj. I have a question, Maharaj.
Yes.
The first part of this sutra, I'm trying to see the text. Yeah, the first part of this sutra, the very first sentence, Mahat Rigveda Rigvedade Shastrasya.
You mean the not the sutra but the bhashya? You're talking about the bhashya.
Yes, Maharaj. I was trying to reconcile for myself the Kathopanishad verse, the na tatra suryo bhati na chandra tarakam. What prompted me was this word pradeepa vatsarvarthava.
It illumines like a lamp all the objects, that thing you're talking.
Right. Now, Brahman is not an object to be lit or to be shown. And that Natatra Suryo
No,
Bhati
here it is, that lamp, like it is about Vedas which is being said. Pradipavat is not for Brahman. It is like Vedas. It is for Vedas which is being said.
Okay.
Huh?
Yes.
Does it make sense?
Yes, yes.
It is not for Brahman that thing is told. You see,
Because here we were talking about the source, because the source itself, it's the light. The source, the Swarupa of the source itself is the light, because of which even the Vedas will reveal.
No. It is not like that. Here you see Aneka Vidya Sthana Upabrihmitasya Pradipavat. So Brahman is the source of the Vedas, which is supplemented by lot of branches of knowledge, many branches of knowledge, which is Pradipavat. That is, the Vedas are like Pradipavat. They are like lamp, and that Vedas, they illumine all things. So this Pradipavat is referring to the Vedas. Sarvarthavad Dhyotinah. Sarvarthavad Dhyotinah. Is it clear, Mangesh ji? Mangesh ji? It was you who asked the question, no?
Yes, Maharaj. Yeah.
So that Pradipavat, like the lamp, it refers to the Vedas, not Brahman. I think there was some confusion earlier.
But here it also says the Vedas is the Shastra
source of the means of
Yonitvat.
knowledge of Brahman.
Yes.
No, that's a different. This is the first part where it is told that Brahman is the source of the Vedas. In that part, Shankaracharya says that Vedas are like a lamp which illumines everything.
Okay. Yeah.
So I think you're not satisfied. Some confusion I can feel. What is that?
No, I feel that the source Brahman is the source, correct?
Of the Vedas. That's what
is the Vedas. Yes, which means without Brahman, the Vedas themselves cannot light anything.
Without Brahman?
The Vedas cannot shed light, cannot
shed light, yes. Because Vedas are compared to a lamp here. Yes. Without Brahman, Vedas cannot shed light. Yes.
Yes. So I think, okay, so the Pradipavat, I think refers to after the Vedas themselves get revealed, as it were, then they in turn reveal the Aneka Vidya.
Yes.
Okay.
That's the idea.
Yes. Got it.
Is it clear now?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Is there any other question? Smriti, is there any other question?
No, Swamiji, even in the chat box, it's not there.
Okay. So we can end, no? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Shubharatri.